Good evening and thanks for keeping a date with us on the program Transforming Agriculture in Nigeria, a program that beams its searchlight on Nigeria's agricultural sector, highlighting its potentials and the efforts of government and other relevant stakeholders to develop it. I'm your regular host, Gabriel Ojile. One major target of the federal government of Nigeria is to diversify the nation's economy from its reliance on oil to non-oil revenue sources. Another is to ensure food security in the country. Post-harvest management of agricultural produce is a very important aspect in fulfilling both targets, and this is where the Nigeria Stored Products Research Institute, NSPRI, plays an important role. In this episode of the program, we will showcase the mandate and achievements of the Institute in managing post-harvest activities. But before then, let us take some agricultural news. Keep watching.
What we did here is mechanized.
It's back to land, back to agriculture.
I can supply the milk factories for milk.
That's the new norm for employment and for wealth creation. Get your piece of the action.
Before farming, we will spread the manure.
There to take on agribusiness.
They have been working in terms of making sure they give us new breeds.
Seize the opportunity you have been waiting for. Watch Transforming Agriculture in Nigeria, showing every Friday at 8:30 p.m. on the NTA network service.
What we said we do deliver by the grace of God. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
The Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Muhammad Mahmoud Abubakar, recently flagged off the distribution of agricultural inputs to farmers in Kaduna State for the 2022 wet season farming in the state. Speaking at the occasion, which took place at Livestock House in Mando area of Kaduna, Abubakar stated that the inputs include certified seeds of different crops, growth enhancers, agricultural equipment, and agrochemicals.
These items are given to farmers free of charge. And please do not go and sell them. They are supposed to increase your capacity to produce more for the nation.
We know Kaduna State is one of the states that are into ginger production. This one will help you to slice it.
Speaking with journalists in an interview after the event, the minister assured the farmers of the ministry's plan in collaboration with security agencies to secure them through the establishment of agro-rangers in addition to having other security formations.
The ministry, even before now, has established what we call the agro-rangers, who from time to time will provide security cover to farmers. The federal government is doing everything humanly possible to address the issue of insecurity in areas that have this particular problem. And we understand that, yes, production might fall slightly in areas that have these issues, but the government is doing everything, and which is the reason for the establishment of the agro-rangers.
The Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development has pledged support for the Standing Committee on National Policy on Leather and Leather Products. The committee was set up to harmonize the efforts of stakeholders in the leather value chain and the overall development of the leather industry in Nigeria.
Discouraging import.
Speaking during a meeting of the Standing Committee at the Ministry of Agriculture in Abuja, the Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development highlighted the objectives of the committee to include quarterly engagement with stakeholders in the leather industry, developing a standard for leather and skin processing, organizing skill support for players in the leather value chain, among others.
Establishing skin collection centers in the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. It is my hope, therefore, that the National Steering Committee in today's meeting will review the progress made by the different stakeholders towards the implementation of the NPLLP and further chart the way forward toward the realization of the goal in this subsector.
Earlier on, the team leader, Kabir Muhammad Yakubu, said that the leather industry is very lucrative and opportunities abound for jobs and wealth creation, but noted that the industry has been bedeviled with lack of harmony among players in the area of production, processing, and marketing of animal skin. Kabir therefore sought the collaboration of the minister for policies that will address the challenges.
A full-grown bull, the leather, if well finished, can produce about at least 8 to 12 pairs of good high-quality shoes. Now, a full-grown bull in Nigeria, at worst, if you are going to buy in the north, I think it just sells for about 300,000 naira. Now, a high-quality shoe, which can be produced in Nigeria, can be sold at a minimum of 100 to 150,000 naira. So, which means that if you are able to have our tanneries up to standard, so as we can produce high-quality leather, and then this high-quality leather can be processed into high-quality shoes. Now, with just the sale of 2 pairs of shoes, you have already bought the entire bull, which means that the meat is just like a dash. You can buy the bull, get the leather, and then dash the meat. Yes. And still make gain. Some of the products of our ancestors.
The standing committee showcased high-quality leather shoes made in Nigeria, which was greatly admired by the Honorable Minister.
Post-harvest management of agricultural produce is one of the aspects of agriculture that, if not properly managed, will constitute a threat to food security. Thankfully, the Nigerian Stored Product Research Institute, NSPRI, is an institute that has a mandate on post-harvest management of agricultural produce. Our crew visited the Ibadan outstation of NSPRI to see what impact the institute has made over the years. Let's take that in our next segment, Records of the FDA.
Nigerian Stored Products Research Institute, NSPRI, was established in 1948 as West African Stored Products Research Unit during the colonial era of the country to assess the quality of exportable crops from Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, and Gambia to United Kingdom. It became Nigerian Stored Products Research Institute after independence in 1960. The Nigerian Stored Products Research Institute has its headquarters located in Ilorin, Kwara State. The institute has 6 outstations located in Kano, Lagos, Maiduguri, Port Harcourt, Sapele, and Ibadan. When the Nigerian Stored Products Research Institute became a national institute in 1960, it was charged with the mandate to improve and maintain quality of perishable crops, improve and maintain quality of durable crops, improve and maintain the quality of tree crops, designing, fabricating, and developing post-harvest equipment, conduct studies into the improvement of food storage structures, improvement in the primary processing methods of livestock products, improve the skill and build capacity in post-harvest technology through formal training of farmers, industrialist food handlers, inspectors, and extension workers in food preservation techniques, and create a database for published research findings and human resources directory in post-harvest science, among others.
The mandate of NSPRI basically is reduction of post-harvest loss to ensure food safety, food availability, and then sustainability, even when the particular commodity is off-season. So availability, security, and then sustainability of agricultural commodities.
The aim of NSPRI is to reduce post-harvest losses. And in terms of reducing post-harvest losses, we have to ensure that yet quality good gets to the final consumers. And at the same time, when our engineers fabricate processing or storage equipment, we need to ascertain the efficiency of those things by testing or doing analysis in the lab to ensure that the food are still quality after processing or what happens to the food during the course of storage.
In carrying out the mandate of the Institute, NSPRI has made research into the safest and easiest ways of preserving agricultural produce such as beans, maize, cassava, yams, cocoa, groundnuts, palm produce fruits, and vegetables, meat, fish, among others.
Nigeria Stock Product Research Institute have several technology that handle different crops at different stages of storage. Like we all know, there are some particular crops that you can keep them in their original form. You might just have to dry. So we have dryers. We have silos, we have bags, we have hermetic storage that you can use to store this particular type of crops. And then we have some crops that naturally, because of the water content in them, you cannot keep them in their original form. You have to process them. So we also have protocols that we have developed for processing commodities into other products that will store longer. This is basically just to extend the shelf life and to make sure that however long they stay on the shelf, they are still safe for consumption.
The Nigerian Stored Products Research Institute carries out laboratory analysis on the aforementioned crops to ensure that the food to be stored are of good quality and safe for human consumption.
The microbial analysis that we do comes in various ways. We do the quality, we try to get the microbial quality of the food. We want to know, is the food safe for human consumption before storage? We carry out mold load. We want to determine the level of mold counts in the food or in the produce that we want to store. Then during storage, we also continue to do analysis. Sometimes it will be monthly, sometimes it will be in 2 months, depending on the type of produce. If it's cereals, we do our analysis probably monthly. Like oilseeds, granules, we do our analysis maybe every 2 weeks to check the microbial status or the microbial quality of such produce during storage. Then, before it is released out, we also carry it out.
The Nigerian Stored Products Research Institute identifies insects as one major agent that affect agricultural produce. NSPRI has therefore researched into the best ways to control insects and ensure that they do not destroy agricultural produce after harvesting.
In almost homes, you see pests in beans. You see that black insect, like I said, is Callosobronchus. Now, in order for us to have food security, you have to make sure you take care of these pests. So we are working on those pests that destroy the food. Almost, there's no food that doesn't have their insects. So we are doing research on how do we control them. Poorly stored food will be useless, will be worthless, because insects will feed on them. So our research, and you know, in order for food security, food safety, if people are using chemical to preserve, it is another problem again. So we research on some natural things, natural ways of controlling these pests. So in order to have a secure future in terms of preserving our food.
There is need to discourage the use of chemical in storing foodstuff. The Nigerian Stored Products Research Institute has made a breakthrough in alternative ways of post-harvest pest control.
There's a breakthrough that we use bay leaf and onion peel in controlling some of these pests. You know, onion peel is a waste. When we dry it in this laboratory, we mill it, and when we mix, we were able to discover that it controls pests of maize, that is Cytolopsis maize, pest of beans, Callosobronchus maculatus. It suppresses their rate of multiplication. And also there is what we call the NSPRI dust. It is a kind of rock that it is milled, and when we mix, it controls some of these storage pests and so on. And there's other research that is still going on.
Aside pest control, the Nigerian Stored Products Research Institute also fabricates technologies that are suitable for harvest and storage of agricultural produce. Such technologies include ventilate plastic crates, solar dryers, fruit dryer, hermetic shell, amongst others.
In this department, our major activities and responsibility is to design and fabricate machines that can assist in prolonging the shelf life of dry produce. As you can see here, we have inert atmospheric silo, which is one of the structures for storage of grains like beans, maize, millet, sorghum, etc. This silo that you can see here is 45 ton capacity each, and the one at the back is 4 tons each.
We fabricated the silo ourselves, and this silo can store grains at bulk level. We have a 45-ton silo that can store grains. We can store for 3 years. We've stored for a period of 36 months, and after the let out, the grains were still as good as when they went into the silo. And then we also have processing, like I mentioned, processing protocols. There are a lot of issues that Nigerian products encounter when they get to the airport, not even outside Nigeria now, but in the process of trying to get outside Nigeria, there are issues that arise. The presence of carcinogenic compounds that are not good for the health of people. Nigerian Store Product has developed a lot of protocols to process these commodities in a way that all these issues that hamper our health are zeroed down to a minimal level. Like we dry fish, and the process of drying fish makes our fish acceptable even in the global markets. We also dry other commodities, dehydrating, reducing the water content, because once you're able to reduce the water content, some of these commodities will be saved.
The program is Transforming Agriculture in Nigeria, and we have been discussing technological breakthroughs made by the Nigerian Stored Products Research Institute to manage post-harvest losses of agricultural produce in Nigeria. The importance of having NSPRI is not just to develop storage facilities, but also to make the technologies available for other end users. In our next segment, Partnership for Development, we are focusing on technological transfer from the Institute to farmers and industrialists to prevent post-harvest losses. Keep watching.
Providing extension services during planting, harvesting, and storage stages is what makes agricultural research institutes relevant to the society. To make agricultural technologies meet the needs of farmers, the Nigerian Stored Products Research Institute collaborates with farmers and industrialists from the development stages of the technologies to the dissemination of the technologies. This is to ascertain easy adaptability that would prevent post-harvest losses and ensure food availability all year round.
When we go out, we'll interact with them, they tell us what their needs are, then we come back, we look at what we have, all our technology, which one can be best suited to solve the problem maybe they have at hand. So if you have already solution that we can take back to them, fine. We do that, we communicate, then we try to get feedback from them. But if we do not have what the solution is at that particular point in time, we come back, all our scientists will come together, we collaborate, each and everybody will look at the problem. The microbiologists will say, okay, let's do it this way. The chemists will contribute their quota because they know the properties and the chemicals of this food. Then the engineering will say, okay, if you design this technology, it will be good to take care of this, of that. So by so doing, we have good working relationship with all our stakeholders.
One of the technologies that has been adapted by farmers is the NSPRI plastic basket, which is used for harvesting fruits and fish instead of the local basket.
We have an NSPRI fish box, we have NSPRI drums, as you've seen, we have crates, these plastic crates that are given to farmers to use for conveyance of their produce from the farm to the to the markets or to wherever they are going to do their storage. And you know, they've been using it. It has been helping. Those ones using baskets. Basket is very soft. It wastes some of those produce by the time they carry it from the farm gate to the market or to where they want to store or process them. You'll see all this esha wherever, because these baskets, they can't really, they are too soft. They can't keep awesome fruits. And if you see them loading, they will put one on top of the other. But with this our stack crates, they were able to, you know, have awesome fruits from the farm gate to the market, and they can dictate even the price they want to sell their produce. And all these ones they can wash and reuse, unlike the baskets. Once they finish using it, they just have to throw it away.
One of the techniques used by NSPRI to gain the acceptance of farmers to use their technologies is free distribution to farmers.
Unlike before, we asked them to come and buy, and you know, people like they don't like to pay for the service you render to them. But now, just to encourage them the more, the executive director produced some of this thing in months, and they started giving it out to the farmers just to encourage them. When they use it and they see that it's very good and they're able to curtail the losses they have, they come back to ask, okay, we want to buy this, we want to get this.
Awareness creation about the technologies developed by the Institute plays a pivotal role in the success story of the Institute. NSPRI uses different fora and media to train the farmers on the post-harvest management.
We train people on handling, because spoilage actually starts from the stage of handling. If people don't handle well, you see tubers having bruises, you see fruits, you know, becoming dent and all that. And once there's a mechanical damage, the commodity starts spoiling from that point. So we teach proper harvesting, we teach handling, we teach proper transportation. And then we train people on how to process, how to package. If you have to, you know, dry, we tell you the safe moisture level of each commodity, because they differ. So for a farmer, if you don't know the safe moisture level, you will just probably dry. And if you've not gotten to that particular level, you end up even storing and losing.
While the Institute makes efforts to ensure that food is available to consumers at all times, it also encourages farmers on how to store and then resell when it will be more profitable for them.
Part of the empowerment that we do is that we empower our clientele to know that, oh, you can keep safe until you are actually ready to enter the market. You are not forced to sell because, you know, they are getting spoiled or for fear of losing them. We are able to, you know, to advise them on how best to handle this commodity so that the shelf life is extended, the quality is maintained, and then at the eventual time when they enter the market, they have good profits for their products.
The headquarters and the 6 outstations of the Nigerian Stored Products Research Institute across the country are open to farmers and other stakeholders who need to get the technologies produced, as well as receive advice on post-harvest management.
Are you a farmer, industrialist, agribusiness person, or consumer of agricultural products? Storing of food for personal consumption or for business is worth doing. Learn the art and make an impact in containing post-harvest losses in Nigeria, as that will enhance food security. This is the much we can take in today's episode of the program. Join us again same time and same station next week for another insightful episode. I am Gabriel Ojile. Bye for now.